Let's go. Yeah, man.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, yes.
All right. Declan,
Hey.
you live I would say you live a relatively healthy lifestyle, at least in terms of like food consumption and energy output.
Oh, it's really weird that you would say that.
Uh-oh.
Because I have been eating healthier lately.
Yes.
But I just realized recently, because I've been thinking about staying health conscious, I thought lately, hey, I remembered I took this allergy test like 10 years ago, and, you know, they give you like 50 pinpricks in the back.
Yeah. Yep.
And I was allergic to like 2/3 of the stuff. And I've just been eating all that stuff for 10 years.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't cause a reaction or anything.
Sure.
And
It's
then
such a minor
it just
allergy.
dawned on me that if I am actually allergic to that stuff and I'm just eating it constantly, then my entire internal body is in a constant state of inflammation, which is what causes atherosclerosis. So I'm going to die of heart disease at 35, probably.
Oh. Well, I might have you beat.
Okay.
Because I'm not allergic to shit.
Nice.
Nothing at all. But however, I am averaging over half a pound of raw beef this week. Not raw beef, red meat.
Oh, that's fine.
Averaging half a pound of red meat every day. Over it.
That's saturated fat, high protein. That's good for you.
I get out there. I do the run-ins, cool run-ins. Me out in the sun.
Yeah.
I'm consuming so much beef that I'm wondering if it's going to, the scales will tip in the favor of the beef, and the beef will take me one day.
Man, what's wrong with beef? What's beef going to do to you?
Oh, I'm eating so much of it. My cholesterol? I mean,
No, that's the thing. It's cholesterol. If you have a ton of cholesterol, it's fine as long as you're not inflamed all the time, because the cholesterol goes to the inflamed parts of your arteries and sticks to it. So if you're not eating inflammatory foods,
what would those be?
Carbs, lots of carbs, and vegetable oils, and
oh boy, oh no,
and cheese.
Oh god, oh no, oh I should just check myself in now. Oh god, I feel my veins. I'm seizing up. I'm clogging. Oh, my heart's clogged. Wait, now, here's the thing. What about? I don't know if this is related at all, but what if you have like a heart defect of some kind that makes you prone to
like a weak
platelets
heart.
sticking to the valves of your heart? What is that? How does that affect things?
It makes things adorable.
Oh no, I'm trying to be hard. On top of this, if you had?
We didn't even watch that show this week. Was that just a coincidence? You talking about platelets?
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
What a series of coincidences here. Anyways, I'm eating a lot of beef, but at the same time, I exercise, and I have a relatively well-balanced diet. I try to eat, at least 3 or 4 servings of fruits and veggies a day. I drink my V8. Am I good?
I don't know, man. Fucking, who knows?
So I
bought avocado oil. That's how health conscious I was trying to be. I was like, I need to avoid all these omega-6. I'm going to buy avocado oil instead of vegetable oil so I can cook things. And then I remembered, oh, right, I'm just killing myself on the inside with peanut butter.
Hey, man, it seems like it's kind of a catch-22 there. You're going to die regardless. You might as well die healthy.
Sure. I guess.
Now, I bought some, you know how I live in a city now?
Yeah.
And I'm like a city hipster?
I'm aware.
Okay.
Whereas I'm a rural hipster.
I've doubled down.
Are you making kombucha?
No, it's darker than that.
Okay.
I bought placebo oil. I have CBD oil. I have it.
Oh, okay.
You're on the front lines here of the war against the man. I'm consuming weed even though when they don't want me to.
Makes your glaucoma, your seizures go away.
Yeah. Also, my knees hurt a little bit less.
Do your knees usually? Oh,
yeah,
you run or something?
You have no idea.
Oh yeah, that's why I don't run.
Big old running boy.
I hate weed.
Yeah. Fucking. That's why the man hates weed. I don't know.
So I was running.
Anyways, Yeah, so I've been taking CBD oil, and I don't know, man. I'm like, it's on one hand, it's even if you know something is a placebo effect, it still works. Not to the same degree, obviously, and that's something I'm cognizant of. Is that like CBD oil, hotly debated topic as to whether or not it's actually effective. But then the lady, when I was buying this, said that this is an anti-inflammatory. So I'm like, okay, I'm probably not, but let's give it a shot.
Well, you should have asked her if it cures cancer to sort of gauge, like, because I bet most people working in those shops think it'll fucking grow your foot back if you lost it in Nam.
Let me paint the picture for you, shall I? Okay.
I've been in places like that. I don't like it.
Okay, so I'm trying to find this shit because I'm like, I was interested in CBD oil.
It couldn't have been that hard. You live in fucking that city.
I was looking for the reputable one.
Oh yeah. Really, a fish. So fucking looks like it looks like a sharper image. You walk in.
So I drive to the other side of the city, which is
1,000 miles.
I roll up to where the supposed address is, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is an office park. There can't be anything. And then I notice out of the corner of my eye, this awning, which then leads into a fantastic hippie grove. I could have sworn there would have been woodland fairies flying around if this was later in the night.
Yeah, Doctor. What's the movie? Shit. Yeah, whatever.
So I enter this world of wonders, and there's this little like, it's basically a home. Like you go in the front door, and it's structured like a house, and there's just two people behind the counter, and there's a straight man, and then there's the not like like sexuality wise, but like there's the straight man and the character.
Oh, the funny man.
Yeah, the funny man, and the straight man. So I got the. I spoke to the straight man at the beginning, and she's like, "Oh yeah, your knees are garbage because you run all the time like an idiot." I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Okay, I'm gonna recommend you start with this dosage." And then I go to ring out, and then I'm talking to the funny man, and this dude's like, "Yeah, man. Oh my god, we see all kinds of amazing things happening here, bro."
The reputable store, only 50% of their staff is like that,
as opposed to 90 or 75.
But 100. How about?
So I'm talking to this dude. He's like, "Yeah, we've got some pretty amazing stuff. People are starting to apply this stuff topically. So they're putting on their temples and migraines are going away." I'm like, okay. I'm like, I'm just hoping that it fixes my knees the way that weed fixes my knees. So far so good. But that was my adventure picking up a totally legal substance. Why can't they just have like an Apple store with CBD in it? Like why does it have to be hippie land? I don't understand.
CBD oil never reaches the bloodstream. Okay. Unapplied to the skin. Good luck with your knees.
Thanks, man. I exaggerate how bad they are, but there are definitely days where it's like, like laying down at night, I can feel them.
Oh yeah, you do that for a while, it's gonna get nasty.
Inflamed.
You buy a bike, probably.
I should, but I run to my gym, and I gotta go to my gym.
So,
anyways,
I don't know what that has to do with it. Hey, one more thing before we get started.
Sure.
Let me find it here.
Oh, I have another thing too.
Oh God, this is gonna take forever.
I know, but it's these things shouldn't be terribly.
Okay.
Okay.
Declan. But my thing first.
Do it.
You just had a thing.
Do
God
thing.
Damn it. Should I? 4 megabytes. Wow. Should I send this to Jolt Cola's Twitter account?
What do we got? Oh my God!
I kept watching Islands.
Oh my God! Yeah, you absolutely should.
And there just happens to be we followed a second Twitter. We followed Jolt Cola as a joke. We had just Phil Sims for years. It's
still funny.
And then we only have Phil Sims and Jolt Cola, and it sucks because Twitter. Like, when you only follow 2 people, Twitter wants to give you the same amount of notifications as someone who follows, like, 200 people. So every time I sign into our Twitter, it's just like 3 notifications, and I'm like, oh, and then remember, oh right, yeah, no, it's just fucking Jolt Cola followed this guy. Jolt Cola is the most pathetic brand account I've seen on that fucking website. It is hilarious how there's just no interaction. The jokes are always fall totally flat. They're like trying to start.
Pretty sad.
They're trying to start banter with all the other like popular hip cool brand accounts, and no one's responding. It's just so fucking funny. Yeah. Oh god. So yeah, I'm gonna send them this screenshot from Island.
They're getting
and if they
sub 50 likes on every tweet.
And if they reply to us, I'm gonna try my best to make them block us, or even report us. I don't even care anymore. Okay, so that was my thing.
Well, here's my thing.
What's up?
So Declan.
Yeah.
We were talking about going to the Nippon.
Right, we were. I mean, I think we kind of confirmed it.
Continue to be. How much is a trip to Japan?
Just the plane or total?
Like let's say we the plane, the whole thing, the whole kit and caboodle.
I don't know, like 2,500.
Okay. How much do you think my car repairs cost?
Uh-oh.
How much do you think I have to spend?
You have a newish car.
How much do you think I have to spend on fixing my car?
$70.
Oh.
What happened? Is it a belt? It's always a belt.
No, it's not a belt. Oh. This time it's gaskets.
Ah, those fucking gaskets.
$2,700.
Oh god. Oh.
I'm not ruling it out. It just really hurts. I was at a point where I'm like, is it worth even keeping this car? My car, like you said, relatively new, but not the newest car on the planet. You know, I put some miles on it, some hard, long miles.
Sure.
On the road.
Yeah.
It's probably worth about $5,500, maybe $6,000. You know, and like that's the better portion of the car itself. And I just decided to suck it up, and I'm going to do the repairs. I went and talked to a used car salesman who's been relentlessly emailing me and calling me for the past several days to come back. And I'm just going to ghost him until he stops. But rather than, you know, telling him like an adult that I decided to go through the repair. Yeah.
Wait, but you need to tell him for him to repair it, right?
Well, no, this is a different guy. So I went to a used car salesman because I'm like, well, perhaps I can trade my car in towards a new car or another used car that is functional. And they were going to give me $2,500 because it needs repair, because they knew it needed repair.
Yeah.
So, yes, I'm just going to repair my car, and that's a lot of money.
Yeah, that stinks.
That's so much money.
Yeah.
So I would love to go to the Nippon and still plan to, but I'm going to have to do some cinching of my belt.
Okay.
I have to buckle up my bootstraps and cinch my belt. And not eat so much garbage food all the time, and instead just eat ramen noodles to prepare myself for Japan.
Jeez, it's gonna be that tight, huh? You make more money than me. What the fuck?
Well, it's the $2,700, and then immediately dropping another $25 on a trip.
Yeah. So
it's not hot. Also, I live in a city, so everything's hella expensive.
Well, you would have had to fix the car anyways, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should plan that. Anyways, we got anime.
We have anime here. Fresh off the straight fresh.
Ooh, do you smell that? Is that some fresh anime?
What's that smell like?
I don't know, it smells like a whole bunch of things. It's when you go to a food market and like you catch some whiffs of like, ooh, like that smells like some fresh produce, and then you catch a whiff of like, oh, it smells like dead fish.
Smells like umami.
Umami.
Don't say it like that.
Well, where?
Our first show is called Yume Oukoku to Nemureru 100 nin no Ouji-sama.
Okay.
That means Dream something 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 Prince.
Okay.
This is a game adaptation from Project Number 9, who usually do like lolly shows. They did Rokubu and Tenshi no 3P and Ryo no Oshigoto.
Uh-huh.
But this one's about being nude in space. I think. That's my first note, anyways. Do you want to do this one? Mine's just a bunch of...
I don't...
Okay. All right. I'm trying to remember... someone's nude in space. A dude has a really puny punk buster sword. Maybe this is the opening. I don't know.
No, this is kind of the show.
Okay. The title translates to 100 Princes and the Kingdom of Dreams, by the way.
Wow.
So it's they play the I think they introduce the character. He has the sword. Then there's the opening, and the only thing I remember about the opening is their characters are looking out over this forest, and it's just the trees are all like repeating textures, like when you drag something in paint, like just constant repetition. Uh-huh. It looks hilarious. So this is a universe where dreams are powered, or they use dreams like electricity, like Monsters Inc. or some shit. But there's dream eaters, a very original concept to eat your dreams. And once you get your dream eaten, you're like a zombie or something. And we got a princess and a mascot character. But Princess just got transported here, secret isekai.
Whoa!
And she's just an office lady.
Whoa!
She can't be a princess.
Oh my goodness! Why can't just be little old me? Oh, I'm just a lady from another world. I love going to karaoke with my coworkers.
Oh, but then she summons a hot prince in a cave.
Oh, turns out you're actually super special.
You remember the really weird horn sound it makes was that a comedic? I forget. It was like some musical cue made me laugh. I don't know. He's a guy with a knife. Or no, there's a guy with a knife. Another guy has a knife.
Come on,
he's got a knife. Sorry, they go through a bunch of lore. They talk for fucking 20 minutes. They gotta collect all the princes to win. They run from the cops with this knife guy for a while. The cops then get possessed by the Dream Eaters or something. I'm very bored. There's a fight. I'm bored more. And then if the stinger here is, what if the princes worked in a convenience store? That would be funny. They would be like, "Hey, stop lazing around, mister."
Do you think that this might be some sort of MOBA gay?
With characters in it.
Oh, there's so many boys. Which boy do you like? Oh,
there aren't even that many boys.
No, actually. But there's 100 boys. There's gonna be 100.
I guess there might be 100 boys. Yeah.
Pick your boy. What flavor you want, son? I got strawberry. I got vanilla. I got chocolate.
I got Cool Ranch boy.
Oh, flaming hot boys. This is It's like an isekai, but it's got boys in it. I don't really care none for the boys.
Isekais usually have boys.
No, but this one's got like cute boys.
This one's got boys.
Yeah, you know, there's a difference between a boy and a boy.
BOI, obviously a huge difference.
Which one of those two boys is your favorite? I like the knife boy.
The knife boy is a bit of a he's got a bit of an edge to
Oh, yes. This is the kind of content you could expect on this episode.
Oh my god, I just fucking stun myself sometimes. Let me tell you.
Oh my gosh. Look at that pun.
I just fucking shit myself. That was the other thing that I forgot to say about my high protein diet, is that I get to choose when I shit now. It's like
you're no longer at the mercy of your shits.
Oh, my body has no say. I just every once in a while I remember oh yeah, it's been like 5 days since I've shat, so I just take a bunch of magnesium oxide and I just have a whole night, you know? And then when I wake up the next morning, I've lost 5 pounds. It's rad.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Anyways.
Usually when I spend an entire night on the toilet, I forget about it. I wake up the next day, I'm like, oh god, where am I? I'm sweaty.
What happened last night?
Oh man!
There's a package of wet wipes in your hand.
You step on the scale and you're like, oh god, I lost 8 pounds. Did someone steal my kidneys?
Drink water
again. Anyways, that one's got boys. We're not really boy lovers, so no thank you.
Even if we were, that show's fucking That's
you know,
zoozing.
you know how they are.
Snoozing. Okay, let's try to keep this like not much over an hour. We're already 20 minutes into this pitch.
Okay. I got this next one.
Of course, you take the good one. Banana Fish. Banana Fish is a manga adaptation. I think a popular, or at least well-known manga that was around from 85 to 94. 1985 to 94 to be specific. Because it's Mappa. Mappa's doing this, and they love old manga adaptations like Ushio Totoro. Remember that?
Yeah, it's great.
Or I guess Inuyashiki wasn't very old. But Mappa is Yuri on Ice and Kakegurui and Shingeki no Bahamut and Ushio Totoro and Punchline.
Look at these. Look at this
and
pedigree.
Zankyo no Terror. So they've had like 1.5 good shows.
I liked Zankyo no Terror in spite of its flaws.
Ooh.
I like Ushio Totoro, and Yuri on Ice is supposedly good.
Ushio, yes, that was the 1.5 to which Kakegurui is like half good.
So,
and Ushio Totoro, from what I've seen of it, is pretty good.
So here we are.
Punchline is a fucking 2 out of 10. Punchline's one of the worst shows I've ever
obviously,
seen. Anyways,
Vanishing Line, can't forget that. But anyways, here we are.
Garo?
This is yes.
What is that?
It's a bad show from like several seasons ago.
Oh right, people kind of I forget. The first episode I don't remember liking. Yeah.
Okay. So there's some soldiers, right? Mm-hmm. These are American troops, and they're winding down after a long day of being soldiers somewhere in the Middle East.
Yeah, and for some reason there's a bald eagle in the sky, even though they're in the Middle East.
I mean, that's with us always. Our troops are always...
They bring them over there.
They're flanked by the bald eagles. So
they release them from the C-130 like flares.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, to let them know America's here, motherfucker. Anyways.
I wonder what this was this was the mangas from 85. I wonder what conflict they were in back then.
Might be... Well, Gulf War is not till the 90s, so like it's got to be like maybe... I can't really think of anything.
They could have been on some covert South America CIA mission, or it could be a fake war.
Probably like a fake Middle East war that was like presumed because of Russia's involvement there. But anyways.
Sure.
So they're shooting the shit by the campfire. One of them is singing My Darling Clementine, which is fucking hilarious. Because nobody has sung My Darling Clementine since like the First World War. And then another dude just randomly...
It's a very Army Man song.
Brings up a drug that's been killing people. It's like, hey, do you hear about that drug that's been killing people? Like, as if I was like, okay, I wonder what this show's about.
Yeah, fentanyl.
And then,
like, wait, no.
Oh my god,
not that real.
So one of the dudes comes back from quote unquote taking a piss and murks the fuck out of everybody. And he just
his words, not mine. I would never say piss.
Just starts unloading at everybody.
Yes, he goes berserker.
And then our protagonist, or like a dude that's kind of our entryway into this introduction of the show, tags him in the leg, incapacitating him. And it turns out Homeboy's the dude who was unloading was basically a zombie. And we cut to New York City many years.
Oh wait, but his final words.
Oh,
or not final, sort of semi-final words before he becomes a vegetable. Banana fish.
Oh my goodness, what a mystery.
We got a rosebud on our hands, folks.
What could that mean? And then so we're cut to New York City because you got the Statue of Liberty and everything, and there's some lame hip hop instrumentals, and then we're in a back alley, right? And then this
organized crime.
This young blonde-haired stud comes across some dude dying, and then because some of his thug buddies beat the shit out of him, and the dude gives him an address and says Banana Fish, I think.
Yes.
And then the fuzz comes, so they cheese it. And the protagonist makes their way. He goes to talk to his head gangster and is like, "Hey, what I said no killing. Why'd you have your dude kill these dudes?" Also, the protagonist calls the dude a fag. He calls the guard to this mob.
Yes, Martin, gay Martin.
He calls him fag, which is I found to be. I mean, I guess it's a period piece. So this is. Or not. No, wait, this is happening contemporary, because, I mean, maybe when this came out in the 80s...
People don't call each other fags anymore.
Oh, I mean, certainly not in you know, the gang world. Anyways, so, homie gets all pissed that the Don had this dude killed and trashes his meal, which I thought was pretty rude. And then he asks, he's like, the Dino gropes up. Dino is the mob boss. Gropes up on him and is like, "Hey, why don't you just use your right arm?" I don't know what the fuck that means. And obviously, because
they I don't know if you probably didn't miss this, but they keep implying that he was basically a porn star.
Oh yes.
A gay porn star.
Yeah, well, why don't you make some more of those videos? Said the guard.
Right.
And so apparently Don picked Ash up off the streets because obviously.
Yeah.
And then our protagonist Ash meets up with some dude with crazy pink mohawk, and he says that the Dino is gay. Really leaning into the gay thing so far in this show. Anyways, the homophobia really nailing the New York City culture for sure. And then we meet Ash's round-faced retro throwback sidekick Skip, who looks very old school anime with his big round eyes and big round nose. Then we have Ash pondering a bullet necklace. Like he's like pretty stoic and pensive, and he's like, what does this all mean?
Mm-hmm.
And and then he goes over to another room and talks to a totally broken Griffin. Griffin's the dude from the opening sequence who glacked all those fools. And he's like, what is the nature of the banana fish? So, and then we cut. There's lots of gang stuff happening here, so we're all over the place. He goes and meets up. He's got the thugs from earlier at gunpoint and just starts firing shots at him to teach him a lesson. And he's like, let that be a lesson to you, gang. Don't kill nobody. Anyway, some other gangsters start talking mad shit behind his back, and then one of them puts up his hand. Apparently, Ash had something to do with removing his fingers. Where are we at? We meet some cops. The cops.
Some Japanese guys are coming to help out the cops.
I guess. Because apparently our cops are so incompetent that they can't. They see something that was like obviously an assassination attempt. Or it was an assassination that was made to look like a suicide. Like, this guy wouldn't have killed himself. What's going on here? I don't immediately put it together. Anyways, meet some Jap cops, and
or I don't know if they're cops. They're at least they're presenting as though they're like journalists or something. They have a camera. I don't know. Or they're trying to go undercover, or I don't know why there's Japanese people here. But one of them's a bit older and a bit more experienced, and one of them is very, very young and naive, and he's looking around with wonder at New York City, and he says, "CSI New York deshita." Very contemporary reference. Everybody loves CSI New York. CBS. America's most watched.
Apparently, Japan's most network as well. So apparently, Ash has got control, quote unquote, control over everybody, because even though he's a white boy, everybody respects him. Even the blacks, the Hispanics, the Asians.
Not easy.
So anyways, Ash gets back to the spot. Turns out the spot's been fucked with and turned over. And then Dino talks to his guards like, hey, go extract information from Ash. We got to know if he stole a package or some shit. I don't remember. And then we're in a hole-in-the-wall bar, and then our cops finally meet up with Ash, and they try to do an interview with him or something, because I think they're actually journalists, though. And this hole-in-the-wall bar is supposed to be really underground and gross, but it seems kind of hip to me. I don't know if that's because I live in a city, but I'm like, ooh, okay, I really like the culture of this bar. Oh, we're so lucky we moved in just down the road from this bar with so much history and culture. Because this fucking
you say as you dodge bullets.
Right. It's a gentrified ass fucking part of New York. But anyways, so the fucking thugs from earlier roll up and start trying to take out Ash. And then this scene actually ends up being kind of fun because it's just ridiculous. I'm trying to remember does Ash have a baseball bat or something? I don't remember.
He fights with his fists a lot.
Okay,
even though there seems to be just people with guns.
Good. And then the thugs take Skip. Oh no! And then Ash just starts booking the fuck after them and gets a motorcycle. Or I guess he shoots one of the dudes in the back of the car from like 50 meters away, which is pretty hype. And then we get really silly metalcore music as Ash takes him.
What is it with old manga adaptations in Screamo? It's just like Parasite all over again.
Yeah, it's it would be ridiculous if they used era-appropriate metal music, because it'd be like all hair metal and shit. So the closest analog they have is metalcore, and so yeah, he's chasing after these baddies in a motorcycle, and it seems like the abductors are heading towards a warehouse of some kind where they're going to torture Ash to get some information out of him. This is pretty fucking stupid.
What?
This is stupid.
I like this a lot.
Oh, no, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's stupid.
What's stupid about it?
I think the opening stuff with the soldiers is a little bit ridiculous. I think.
I guess, yeah.
The Japanese cops are a little bit silly. He's like, oh wow, I found myself in a crazy situation here.
Yeah, they have to explain why they're there at some point, unless I just missed it.
Also, like people just show up at that bar. Like every faction just convenes there, but there's no sort of like setup for any of them. And like one of them just like okay, we're here now. Like we're part of this fight now. It was very silly to me.
Also, I really like that the cops are investigating why there have been 3 suicides in New York City this month.
Right.
Like that's there. Something's weird's going on.
I generally find a lot, like, it's very rare that Japan can really, how do I put this? Japan has difficulty accurately conveying or even making compelling representations of American crime or American military stuff, and they said both of it in it, and it kind of
the
pulls me out.
military stuff is 2 minutes. I don't care about that.
Yeah, but that's it is a tone setter, you know, like it's
I really like its gang vibe, because it's like, instead of being like, you know, they're not like they're not fucking trap rappers, or, you know, like they're not that type of criminal, but they're not and they're not like cool Grand Theft Auto like hardened guys. It's just like, I don't know what real organized criminals are like, but I can imagine them just being all a bunch of fucking gay pedophiles, which is what they are in this show, and just like I really like that. Or it's just they're just gross. They're all fucking weirdos.
That I definitely dig with that, but it's also, I think my problems come down to Ash. A lot of my problems come down to Ash, and that he's 17, he's super sexy, he's the biggest badass ever, but he's also like got like a heart of gold. Like, I don't know, man. They really, like, I don't know where they're gonna go with that character. He's a little bit too pretty boy, bad boy to me. You know what I mean? Like it's I don't know. I'm not saying it's bad. I just think it's a little bit dumb. That's all.
Okay, they expand on him a little bit in the second episode. He has some backstory, and he doesn't really have a heart of gold. He's just slightly softer than all the other gang bosses.
And you know, this is based on the first episode. It's just him fucking hauling ass on a motorcycle is simultaneously like silly and hype. So it's, you know, I came out and said it was stupid. But that's not necessarily I think it's definitely got some stuff that's ridiculous, but that's not to say I didn't enjoy it. Because again, I thought the bar fight was fun in spite of how ridiculous it was, or maybe even amplified by everybody showing up and there's this crazy gun battles going on, and people die pretty people buy it in this show, which is interesting. Like the dude in the back seat who gets fucking plinked through the head, And I don't know. I
think the best things it has going forward are probably the animation. It looks really nice, and I thought it was well paced. I think things flow pretty well.
I'm not going to disagree with you in either one of those things, but I'm not as in love with it as you are. I think it's silly, but that doesn't mean I didn't enjoy it.
Hey, it's
called Banana Fish. Like that's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, have you read that Salinger story?
No, I've not.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, it's just a name of a J.D. Salinger short story, which
doesn't make it sound any ridiculous, though. Less ridiculous.
No, not really. Because that's literally just a story about a soldier with PTSD. So it's a little on the nose there, I think. Oh, you didn't mention that banana fish is he found he found a drug in the bullet necklace that he gave to a doctor.
Right.
It's gonna test it. Anyways, moving on.
Can you make note to make a break here? I have to go pee really quick.
Yes, I can.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. Time to we're fresh now. Time to.
Oh yeah. Oh,
we're all loosened up.
I'm all cleansed. I've cleansed my insides.
While you were gone, I've been playing a little game called Is the person replying to Jolt Cola being ironic, or is this a real person? And it's pretty let's let's just do one. We don't want to take up too much time here.
Okay.
Just take a look at this person, because they replied with this like really cheesy Jolt Cola keeps tweeting everybody's jolting for the weekend. They do it every Friday, I think. And this person named Joe replied, everybody wants a little jolt. So they're just like, hey, Brandon, look at this dude's face. Look at his face.
No, this guy's unironic.
But but it's just crazy. He's wearing this hat thing, and he's got this weird baby face.
That might be the hat thing. Might be ironic, but he is an unironic person.
No, the hat's not ironic. He's well, I mean, he's not wearing it like he's an autistic guy.
Oh no,
like
here's the thing.
He thinks it's quirky, but like his bio is, I have a beard, yes, a real beard. I dabble in kitten training and soup making. If you like wrestling, check out. Oh, he has a podcast. Wow. There's so many wrestling podcasts. Holy shit. But then he's just retweeting Funko Pops. That's all he does.
It seems like most of his stuff is Funko Pop retweets.
Just fucking crazy.
Now, let's break this down. He lives in Minnesota, so you have to cut them a little bit of slack.
There's no irony in Minnesota.
They're like 40 years behind the times, man. Like Seinfeld hasn't made it there yet. Okay.
Oh, I want to go there.
Who is Dust? Oh, Stranger Things. This is the most generic-looking Funko Pop ever.
I thought that was the guy from Tears for Fears.
I believe it. Oh my god! Like, look at him. It just could be anybody. New Wave is a good call.
Yeah. Okay.
Ron Swanson.
Anime. Up next is a show called Shichisei no Subaru, a light novel adaptation by Lersch.
This is me.
Oh, you. All right, sure. Yeah, fine.
Okay. All right. It's by Lersch. My first note is Rutro.
Mine is oh no. So nice sync up there.
This episode starts on a horrible CGI dragon, which is not a good sign.
Yeah.
And then what's more concerning than that is that we immediately cut to wides of a fantasy village. I'm like, oh fuck.
It's like the intro scene is like 10 seconds long, and it's just a dragon like breathing fire or something. It's the fastest. It's very jarring. This
is excruciating, because then we're immediately into characters talking about items in an inventory. I'm like, oh no, this can only be one thing. MMORPG!
It's an MMO. It's called Seven Senses of the apostrophe Union.
No.
Oh, that's the title of the show, maybe? I don't know. But you're talking the first scene, it's characters talking, and also it looks like fucking ass.
Yeah, not great. I have described it as foul as fuck. just
gotta go with a double F on that one.
Grotesque. I've got to be alliterative in this bitch. So, these lames are talking up the characters who we're actually going to follow in the show.
Yes.
And apparently these dudes are the real deal. And
the strongest clan.
Super badass. They've got one of each class or some shit. And then apparently they're actually in grade school IRL, and they use their real names.
Whoa.
And then we cut to their base, the base of the characters that we're actually going to follow. And it's like, oh man, they were talking about this boss who sure sounds tough. It's going to be really hard. It killed the last guy in 10 seconds. And they're like, let's go do it. We're the toughest, biggest badasses around. We can do this.
I will say, calling your MMO clan Subaru is pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
If it's with the trademark symbol.
It's
and you're
very
just
funny.
Going around as Subaru, killing dragons.
Yeah, Subaru is also killing my fucking bank account. Anyway, so
the first scene is the boring talking scene, and it looks like shit. But then this next one here, there's cute girls, and now I like it. At this point, I start to like it.
So they're like, ooh, we're super spooked. Maybe we shouldn't go fight this thing. But they're literally the toughest clan in the entire game. So the entire point of this game is to go fight the biggest, baddest thing and be the biggest, baddest dudes. So why are you deliberating onto whether or not you would go? So they all are like, oh, yeah, I'll
maybe
go.
They're not bad enough dudes. Maybe they need to grind more.
Well, if you're going to go, I'm going to go. And then it turns out one of the girls has a crush on the leader and hopes that they will always be together.
Yes.
Excuse me. So they have a declaration as a group before they go and raid, which is ridiculous. If I was in a clan or guild of some kind, and they're like, okay, dude, it's time to do our fucking declaration. Let's gather around and do our chant or our fucking, our ritual before we go on this raid. I would find them in real life and kill them. This disgusts me. Anyways, so it seems like there's another girl who's gonna confess as well, and she does.
Well, she gives him an obviously not confession because we don't hear what they say. So it's a misunderstanding, and the girl who likes him is spying on them and goes, oh no, because she gives him something and she thinks it's a confession or whatever. Then it's dungeon time.
I broke that scene down as one note, and it's whack. Anyways,
his stance, whack.
So they go do the raid, and it seems pretty easy. And then homegirl, the first girl that confesses gets jealous of the second confession girl, and they get to a boss who seems hecka tough, and the homeboy's
that's the Ubisoft. They should have had a Ubisoft voiceover of their commentary. He's like, be ready, guys. This boss is hecka tough.
So this boss got a whole bunch of swords. He's like a demon lord type. And then this is where my notes stop being about the show and just start to be my thoughts and my observations. And one of them's like, why would I watch a show about a game that doesn't exist? Like, why would I watch a show
if it's good? I mean, no. I like Danmachi. I think that's a fun show, even though they're basically an MMO.
Right, and that's my next note is like, what exactly is the hook here, right? Because and then here we go. Yeah. So the girl with the ability to see the future buys it, right? And then my next note is like, but she's got to be alive in real life, right? What is there to worry about? What game would be like this?
Yeah.
And then my next notes are all caps. Here we go. Ha 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 ha. She fucking killed herself. How the fuck is cyberbullying real?
But no, she didn't kill herself.
What's that?
She did not kill herself. Were you paying attention?
What happened?
She just died.
In real life?
No, she just keeled over, yeah.
But okay, my second point. How the fuck is cyberbullying real?
Well,
it's a video game. It's a video game though.
Well, yes. Yeah, I remembered that I read the synopsis for this. And if I hadn't known that this show would have been a hell of a shock to have someone just fucking die in.
Right.
And then since she just died while playing the game, the company stopped running it, I guess, because someone happened to die while playing it.
Can you imagine how many people have died playing World of Warcraft?
Oh my god, they just stopped peeing. They don't pee anymore. And then the main character guy, his friend, one of them just blames him for it, which is retarded even for a fourth grader. Even fourth graders have enough understanding to know how cause works.
Right. Right, and if you were to ask the writer of the show this, he'd probably be like, "Well, he's not thinking rationally." Like, fuck you, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
Shut the fuck up.
They don't go.
They grieve together, you son of a bitch. Anyways, so we get a time skip, and then they're talking about the game on the fucking news, which is like, there's no way this is that big of news. But then I'm like, okay, well, it turns out
it could be Pokemon Go sized. There's definitely news stories about that.
So the protagonists don't play MMORPGs no mo. You don't do it.
He has a very nice little sister though. That was one thing that stood out to me. She's so nice. She's offers to make him food. She's great.
I was also taken aback by that. Not taken aback, but what world is this? This doesn't happen. Anyways, so people who play well, so they're rebooting the game, right? And only certain people are invited, and that's people who are of a certain caliber in the original game.
The original was Union, and this one's Reunion. Isn't that clever?
Wow, clever. They must have been fucking over the moon about that.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
If you were good in the first game, you get invited to play the second one.
If you're good in this one, you get a scholarship.
You get a stake in the status of the company. You become an executive member of this company, which is fucking stupid. I wrote retarded in my notes, but I don't like using the word retarded. But in this instance, I think it's appropriate.
Don't use that word, man. It's fucking gay as shit.
Yeah. Anyways, so this is a silly show, and then he's like, "Oh," his friends fucking jibe him into playing. Chide, and then jibe is a thing as well.
Maybe.
Anyways, so they rip him into playing the new game. And so he's like, okay, I'm going to do it. And it's a fucking VR video game, which was not made clear initially.
Wait, jibe is a sailing term. What have you been up to?
What's up? Oh, dude.
Jibe is to change course by swinging a fore and aft sail across a following wind.
G-Y-B-E.
Oh, G-Y-B-E.
Same thing.
No, there's... Oh, G-Y-B-E.
No, it's the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Chide. I think I meant to say chide, and I wasn't going to relent on it, so here we are. Anyways, so, where was I in my notes? So, he jacks into this, which I did not realize the game was in VR initially, but it seems like every game is VR now.
Everything is SAO, of course. He lays on the bed and he hooks the thing up, and it's just fucking SAO. He gets in and he does the UI, the semi-transparent holographic UI, and he's scrolling through it. Everything is 100% SAO. It's shameless.
Now this is where things get really dumb. So his gear sucks and the stats reset, so he's lame ass now. So they go to this.
Well, no, he's not.
His friends. He seems like he'd be a lame ass. So they go to a dungeon.
He didn't seem that way to me, motherfucker. I knew the second he got in there, and he was very unenthusiastic, that he was going to be super strong and blow his flashy friends' minds with their crazy ass gear.
Yes. But his gear sucks. This is my initial note: is that his gear sucks.
Wow.
I know he's not going to suck permanently, but his gear sucks now.
Who cares about gear?
But so they get into a dungeon, and he just absolutely rocks shit.
Yeah, of course,
because he's super good. And they're like, "Oh my god, were you good at this game or something?" And he's like, "Yeah, whatever." So he gets to the end of this dungeon, and he finds a loot box where, ta-da, fucking dead girl's in there, which is which I knew. I obviously that like the second she dies, like she's gonna appear in the game. This is just absolutely predictable and
I almost didn't expect that. I knew he was going to find her in the game. I didn't expect her to be in the treasure chest exactly because I thought that would be too ridiculous. When the treasure chest showed up,
I'm like, that's her for sure. No way.
Yeah,
absolutely no way.
I was just thinking like, no, she would be in the. What is she just stuffed in there? Like, and then
boy, is she?
He opens it and she's like, oh hi.
Oh my god. Ass.
Listen, the premise is better than your average ultra generic MMO trash. I like stories about childhood friends drifting apart because of tragedy. Anohana, hello. And you could do real great stuff with that.
Yes.
But the presentation here is not where it needs to be.
Leaves a lot to be desired, huh?
My friends at Layer please.
Oh boy.
No. All right. Lightning round. We're gonna keep going.
Doesn't get much better from here.
Satsuriku no Tenshi, Angels of Death.
Uh-oh.
A horror adventure game for Windows made in RPG Maker. That's real.
Oh boy.
By JC Staff. This one is all me, baby. So, we start out, and this girl, she wakes up in this mysterious place. Is she somewhere before she's in the mysterious place? Like, she starts out...
I think she's in like a some sort of consultation or like she's in an appointment with a fucking psychologist or some shit.
Yeah, she's talking to some kind of doctor. I just decided, fuck it, I'm going to start up the episode. What's going on here? Oh, right, it's the opening. And it starts out with the opening, and it's pretty cool. It's got some direction. There's these paint splatters, and it's really dark.
Yes.
No, it's not the opening. I fucked up. It just looks like
I like the paint splatters and that kind of
and everything's going out of focus, and it's very dreamlike and
I'm like,
strange.
man, if the entire show is this, that'd be cool.
It's super moody. Oh boy, this first 5 minutes of this, man.
Yes.
She's wandering around this abandoned place.
Yes. Okay.
And
yes.
First, it is an adventure game. So I thought it might just be like this whole show is going to be this girl walking around rooms, like combining canned air with metal pipes to unlock doors or whatever.
Well, okay.
You know, it's like using tape.
I'm with you.
Using tape to get a bunch of hairs off a cat and you know, getting under a fence with it or whatever.
You have my interest so far.
But her name's Rachel Gardner, and you know, she wanders. It's this weird like cement building. She's wandering around. Very strange. She finds a typewriter.
What's this atmosphere? What's this tone?
And the typewriter is typing by itself, and it's asking her questions.
Spooky.
And then she takes a strange elevator, and she's hearing voices saying things, and she rides down to the first floor, which is like this abandoned village, but it almost looks like a movie set, kind of, because it's inside.
Oh, shit.
You know, really strange.
This is cool. Here? What a crazy... Cool. Interesting.
And she finds this bird, like a pigeon or something, and then Accelerator shows up.
Fuck! No!
Hey, Accelerator.
This is where I'm like, hey, is this gonna be good? No, fucking Nobuhiko Akamoto's here, and I'm like,
Nobuhiko Akamoto is just doing his Excel voice.
No, motherfucker. I'm like, and it's like, oh, this is the wrong type of this show. I'm like, okay, it was too good to last. No, they bumblefuck their ways into a freaking awesome first act of an episode, and then from here on out, it's gonna be edgy garbage.
It was subtle. It was subtle for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
They held in their load for 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, they and then they blew it. And I'm like, man, this makes me want a Clock Tower movie. This reminds me a lot of Clock Tower, you know. And then
which one's Clock Tower?
Clock Tower is a point and click adventure game.
Oh, the one with the voice acting.
This is immediately becomes booty cheeks the second another character shows up. Fucking ass for the rest of the episode.
Yeah, I was really into the mystery of that place, but then fuck you, it's another murder palace.
Yeah, it's just every other one of those.
Like Dead Man Wonderland or fucking any of these. What was the one with the lady with the guns and the
hot topic bait ass fucking bullshit,
the bunny man.
Oh my god!
Now I remember these shows, and now I always feel like I don't need to remember the name of that show. Fuck, I'll find it later. Anyways, yeah, it's one of those where people are inside and they're getting murdered.
See, it's like Zero Escape or any of one of those kind of adventure games.
No, Zero Escape's supposed to be good. I'm talking about, the anime.
Well, no, but yeah, okay, I know, but like this is like the trope of like, hey, there's a bunch of characters in this place.
Danganronpa, that was the one I was thinking. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's like that.
Danganronpa and Zero Escape and like the stuff of that ilk. But again, Zero Escape is good. Played it. I liked it.
Oh, nice. So then she hides. He's looking for her. He like stabs a box a couple times instead of just like looking inside, and it misses her, so she's okay.
That reminded me of Clock Tower. I'm like, man, Clock Tower's cool. Okay. Anyways,
I couldn't tell if I was wondering if this was the original music from the game they're using, because it might be newly recorded, but it kind of sounds like freeware. It sounds
like game compositions, and there's a really hot really in-your-face melody over top of like deep bassy synths, and it sounds like a DS game or some shit.
Yeah. Then we meet. She goes up to the second floor. I think Dr. Danny is here. Dr. Danny's gonna cure what ails you.
I know, but the second he shows up, he's not about to cure that.
Well, yeah, the irony is I actually trust doctors less than bandage-wrapped scythe murderers. And also he has opaque, shiny glasses, so he's evil. Like, come on. How
if you can't see his eyes, he's got nothing but lies.
How new do you think I am to this shit? So Dr. Danny is finna get that Dr. Dick wet, turns out. And it's actually pretty smart to try and bang a girl while she's still full of adrenaline from, almost getting murdered. It's kind of like the trick where you take her to a bridge or a tall building and, they mistake it for love. Not that I would know anything about that.
I don't follow.
So I guess he wants her eyes. because his eyes aren't as good, or her eyes are very pretty. Sorry for slandering the good name of Dr. Danny. I don't know what I meant by that.
This is like the rest of the episode, by the way. It's just Dr. Danny's fun time adventures.
He's being weird, yeah. It's an awkward first episode because it's making it seem like she's just going to keep encountering crazy characters who just try to murder her. It's like following a formula, like, okay, first half was this crazy guy, second half is this crazy guy, and It's making me think, like, is every episode just going to be like, oh, here's another crazy person tries to kill you. Oh, here's another, like a episodic, Kino no Tabi style, like we're meeting a new eccentric person, like BioShock or whatever, where it's like, ooh, here's a damaged, deranged character, and they're just always going to try to kill you. But sometimes it's going to be a beautiful way they try to kill you, and sometimes it's all going to be a different tone, like that episode of Cowboy Bebop where with the crazy clown guy. But there's a bunch of eye jars, and that's supposed to be spooky, I guess. It's the one thing it had going for it, I thought the doctor's behavior was genuinely strange and like nonsensical and unnerving at some points. But that at some point he does cross the line into just like being too crazy, too wacky to take seriously. But for a little while, he's just acting in a genuinely strange way where nothing he does makes any sense. But now he's just a big tongued lizard man or something. And they keep hinting at a little bit of mystery, like at one point someone says, don't you remember why this is happening to you? So there's going to be some kind of reveal. But the chances that pays off satisfyingly, I'm going to put it about 5%. And then Dr. Danny is portrayed by Scytheman. So I guess her and Scytheman are then going to be buds.
Yep.
And I'm not sure about this one. I like the ED, though. I'm going to watch the second episode at least, see what happens, but...
Let me know.
I'll let you know.
This seems pretty bad to me.
Might be bad.
Because like I was initially like from the beginning gonna put up with it because I thought the tone was good before everything happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, this is ugly, but there's something tonally interesting going on here, so I'm not gonna completely disregard it. But now it's ugly with a bad tone, so I'm out.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I want off Dr. Danny's wild ride.
Off Dr. Danny's wild ride. How about onto some ass? Some butt.
Dib.
Some booty. Harukana Receive.
Yes.
Received that.
Oh, you're going to receive, all right.
Yeah, received that big fucking tutor in my face.
Oh, my God.
This is a manga adaptation by C2C.
Where are my brat boys at?
One-chan Gakita and Your Roommates 3D and both shorts, nothing much else.
Okay.
Brat Boys Unite.
This is
Except for me.
Now, Declan, I gotta drop a knowledge bomb on you here, right?
Yes, please. I'm here to learn.
There are only two types of sports.
Yes.
There are team sports and individual sports. You following so far?
I get you.
What if I told you there was only one sport that you could play with one other person on your team?
That's what I thought she said too.
What does she actually say?
Because you think she says there's only one sport that you play with two team members, and I was like, wait, what about tennis or badminton or ping pong? Is there doubles ping pong? Probably not.
How about horseshoes?
Is that two people?
Yeah.
You're not on a team though.
No. You can play horseshoes. 2v2.
Oh, okay. But it's actually even dumber because it's like they don't know how to introduce beach volleyball. So she says, among team sports, there's a sport that you can play with only two team members. So she's not saying it's the only one. She's just saying it's one of them. She's just introducing you to the idea of beach volleyball. It's very silly.
Among these multitude of sports, here's one.
Yeah.
Nothing
Exactly.
It's not making it significant in any way.
That's it.
Because I thought they were trying to create some sort of significance through lies.
They couldn't find anything unique about beach volleyball.
They're like, some sports are played with balls, like this one, beach volleyball.
Yeah. They could have said there's only one that's played on sand, but like sand isn't a motif in the show, whereas like teamwork is. So
this sport is played with a net that you then launch a an object of some kind over top of, similar to badminton or tennis. But this one's unique.
There's only one
But not
sport
really.
that sands down your Gucci good. There's only one sport you play with a pound
now that we've cleared that up,
of rock.
so we got a lady, right?
Gooch, yes.
A high school lady. She lands in Okinawa.
Yeah.
And she likes the way that Okinawa stinks. She got a mom.
Smells like braps. You've got to stop doing brap jokes. It's got to stop.
I don't know. Brap jokes aren't really that funny.
No.
I was just gonna make the one and move on.
Yeah.
But so she got a mom. I don't know if she got a dad or not, but she got a mom. And her mom's like, I'm outie. I'm out of here. I'm going to an English speaking country.
Mm-hmm.
I think America. I'm assuming America.
That's one of them.
But she's like, well, I would go with you, Mom, but I don't speak English that well. And she's like, I understand that. You're gonna go live with your cousin in Okinawa. And then she's like, here, take this picture of your adorable little cousin. And then in the airport, she meets her totes adorbs little cousin. She's adorable. Well, she's cutie.
Yeah, I'm upset that in the flashbacks, the cousin was more brown, and now she's less brown.
Well, she might be browned up once more. She might be going to Brown Town the more that she plays tennis.
Oh, that'd be
beach volleyball.
Character development. That's what I call it.
I think that's what that's called. Yeah, that's when people say they're looking for more character development, they want darker characters.
Actually, well.
So they're in the cab together, and the protagonist is like, "Oh my God, you're basically the same size as you were last time we met." And little cousin don't like this none, and she tries to lighten the mood by bringing up that they're going to be staying in the same room, and that doesn't work either. So there's like, wow, the ocean, Kirei, it's so beautiful. Mm-hmm. Let's go to the ocean. They go in the ocean immediately.
Yes. Like,
protagonist is in her bathing suit already and jumps in. She's fine. Oh boy, wooga wooga, humana. She's stacked. She's stacked.
Yeah, that's fine. I like the cousin. She's got a tummy.
So they get back to the spot, which is gorgeous. They go back to the little cousin's house, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful there. Mm-hmm. It's like right next to the beach, and the little girl's got a turtle. And then we cut to some girls with absolutely banging bodies practicing beach volleyball on the beach. And then we get some nice music, some Tropicalia music going on.
The OST is nice. I don't know if they're steel drums or just like marimbas, but either way, it's just comfy, and I feel like I'm in the Rainforest Cafe. Generally
tropical music. Yeah. So the protag is on the beach, and she meets these beach babes because the ball gets thrown her way. And they fool around for a bit. She's like, hey, this is how you hit a volleyball or whatever. And she's like, wow, that was a good hit. You're an ace. And then the other, there's two girls. There's like a little happier girl, and then there's a more stoic girl. And the stoic girl's like, there's no aces in volleyball. Ace. And then the cousin shows up, kind of out of nowhere a little bit. And then it turns out these girls have a past with the cousin. And like, okay, we're going to play volleyball right now. And if we're going to score 7 points, if you score 1, you win. And the stakes are crazy, but they're completely meaningless to the ditzy protagonist. Like, she doesn't understand at all. She doesn't get that there's some sort of past here. It doesn't pick up on that. So anyways, they're going to do it. We're just into it. And the cousin's like, hey, do you know the rules of volleyball at all? And protagonist is like, nope, and fucking immediately whiffs on her first serve. And then we learn that as you can surmise, the little cousin's got a tragic volleyball past. And then traumatic. Anyways, they play some volleyball. The challengers turn up the heat until it's match point. And then the protag finally sees it. She sees it! And she blocks the sun with the ball, because previously she had lost the ball in the sun, but this time she turns the tables and is able to actually return a serve. Mm-hmm. And then the ball comes back their way, and the protagonist goes in for a spike. And the opponent blocks it, and that's the end of the game. But the lesson here is that it takes two people to return a serve, and that's why they don't need aces, because you have to have somebody set you up so you can spike it.
Exactly.
In a beach volleyball, there are no aces.
Right.
And so they're like, the protagonist is Genki as fuck, and she's like, I want a revenge match because this was fun.
I like her. Yeah, she's Genki, but not annoyingly so. She's she's got spunk, and in gumption. So they're gonna play in a week,
And they're like you'll go spend a week practicing, and we'll reconvene and play. And when the girls leave, the cousins like those were the high school champions. They're incredible players. And Genki girl's like, what, Nani? Oh, that's crazy. And she's like, I still would have challenged them anyway. And then they go back to the spot, eat some Okinawan food, and then protagonist asks the grandma or the old lady why does little cousin not play volleyball no mo? And she won't say. She won't say. But then we cut to a shot of the little girl in front of a shrine for her mom. And this is when I made a note. Anime must have the highest dead parent quotient of all mediums ever. I can't imagine a medium with more dead parents per show than anime.
Could be.
I don't think it's possible. If you could look at epic poems, and there will be fewer dead parents than in anime.
They'll all die from that Japanese cold.
And so, anyways, the protagonist sits on the turtle, and then the turtle don't like her.
The turtle.
And
they have a
that
pet turtle, by the way.
And that they don't like her. And the turtle don't like her. And that's it. That's the show. This one has some really, really detailed curves going on. In terms of you're getting subtleties in terms of where bone structure is on these girls in a way that I fucking jive with so hard.
Yeah. See, I'm probably in the minority here. A lot of people are enjoying this show because of the girls, because of the swimwear. I just don't think. I think a lot of them aren't soft enough. Volleyball. You got to have a lot of muscle. So there's not a lot of. They're very. They got. They're pretty leaned up. And I love it. I like it.
Yeah, they're double bumping.
I prefer
they're pouring their dirty Sprite, leaning
softer. Up. But I like the brown ones, and it's a bummer because this show has the action, the sport is more subpar than the badminton show, but the characters are better. There's still kind of dumb drama that probably isn't as well handled, but it has a character that I like, which is more than I can really say about badminton show. And it's got way more butts and boobs. So yeah, it's enjoyable. I'll probably keep watching this one, actually.
I like it.
Apparently there was a high five that was funny. I don't remember that, but I wrote that in my notes. I don't know.
I like it.
Okay. Are we out of energy?
Oh, well, I hope not, because we've got one more in the chamber.
We have to power through Chio-chan no Tsuugakuro, a manga adaptation by Dio Media.
Oh, yeah.
And this show, right off the bat, it starts out with the opening, which gives you absolutely no idea what this show is. I was very confused. I figured, my best guess was maybe it's a wacky comedy, and I was kind of right, I guess. Did you want to do this one, or me?
That's you.
All right, then. We start with, it's Chio-chan, and she's late for school. And, what was I?
She should not be late for school. You should leave early enough to get to school on time.
What was I trying to say here? I said,
what a farcical thing.
I said, women be amen.
What's that?
Women be amen. What did?
How are you spelling amen?
A-M-I-N. What the fuck?
Amen? Amen?
Amen. Wait, it's a play on women be shopping.
Oh, women be gaming.
Is she gaming? Oh, she's gaming.
She gaming.
Right. Okay.
She plays Ass Creed.
Okay, there we go. So she's late for school because she stayed up all night playing Assassin's Creed. I think this is the first Assassin's Creed nerd I've ever seen represented in media. It's always either MMO nerds or FPS nerds.
Because who's playing Ass Creed still?
I don't know what other video games you do. I've never ever. Yeah, Assassin's Creed is a strange choice. But she's late because one of her tiny Japanese streets is closed for construction. So she climbs a pole onto a rooftop to pass it. And so far, I'm enjoying this. It's got a good OST. She's climbing around. It's just sort of pleasant. She walks along rooftops for quite a while.
That's where I'm like, oh no.
It goes on for a bit.
We got pace and tropes.
And but then she at one point she has to hide. She's just walking across people's roofs. At one point she has to hide from a dude brushing his teeth out the window and spitting everywhere. And I thought that bit was pretty good because she just has to sit there as he's spitting all over her. This old dude. And then the I guess the main conflict here is she comes across a child who's lost his balloon, and there's the mom asks a guy to assist in getting the balloon, and he's a jerk about it. We got a balloon jerk. And
he's not just a jerk, he's a turbo jerk.
He's very, very jerky. He will not rescue this balloon unless he can profit from it. And he's laughing maniacally and walking away. And as this is going on, I'm hoping underneath all this that the punchline at the end of this episode is that she's just 2 hours late for school. Because like she was acting like at the beginning she was like running. She's like, oh, I'm gonna be late. Gotta hurry.
You see her watch, and it's about like the minute hand is about to hit the 12. And that to me means it's school time. I don't know if we were supposed to get anything from that, but that's what I gleaned is like, wow, she's probably got less than 15 minutes to get to class.
So she to get across a jump from one roof to another, she jumps on Balloon Jerk's face and knocks him out. There's a lot of variance in the quality of the visuals throughout this show. Some shots look weirdly simple and others don't. But she gets back on ground level in a parking garage, and there's a guy watching her, but she decides to walk out very confidently as if nothing has happened, but it turns out she just walked out of a love hotel. And he takes pictures and sends it around, gossip. And she gets to school fine, but then the teachers hear a rumor about a girl walking out of a love hotel in the morning, a girl from their school. So there's a good bit where one of the male teachers is furiously Googling high school girl love hotel, and a lady walks up behind him and just kind of stares at the screen and goes, huh? And then the scene cuts. That was decent.
Pretty subversive. I like it.
And then she's walking to school. I guess it's a different day. And she meets a girl from track. And she doesn't know if the girl from track is saying hi to her or not. So she casually dives into the trash next to her to avoid looking behind her or saying hi, because both one might have negative consequences. So the overall theme with this show is that like the bits are okay, but there's tons of internal dialogue from Chio-chan that just is not very interesting, because she's analyzing every situation, but not in a way that entertains me at all. Like the show is like, it seems like it's just going to be a lot of crazy reactions to like some normal social situations or social interactions, so that people can post gifs of it on Twitter and go, OMG, this is so me. Oh, someone says hi to me, I dive in a dumpster. Oh, it's so me when I have to say hi to me when I have to talk on the phone. I fucking shoot myself in the head, lol. She hides in a convenience store for a while to avoid talking to the girl, but then she gets out and she's been waiting for her, and this is very nice, and they might be friends. That's kind of it. Yeah, I don't know.
Anticlimactic.
A little bit. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
It's just kind of boring.
Yeah, there were bits that I liked, but I don't know if I could sit through that many episodes of this whole thing.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't look great either.
No. That's it.
That's it, baby. Part 2.
We covered that portion of the anime that we're going to be talking about this season.
You're welcome. We love you. That's it. I don't. You got any?
Yeah, I don't. What are you sticking around for? The episode's over.
we're doing the Bruce Campbell and Spider-Man games bit where if you keep waiting around, you
get out of
keep
here.
Getting Easter eggs. Whoa. Come on, seriously,
it's like
man.
Battlefield Bad Company 2.
It's like what?
Battlefield Bad Company 2.
Oh, does it happen in that too?
Let's just start bantering about Predator.
That sounds okay, I guess.
You ever see Predator 2?
No.
Nobody has.
Oh.